Announced it's investigating the company over whether or not it gave preferential treatment to non-white employees. The allegations are the latest example of the White House targeting DEI initiatives across the corporate landscape. NBC News business and data correspondent Brian Chung joins us now and is tracking this one. So, Brian, this action does stem from a subpoena from the EEOC that it served last fall. Walk us through both the allegations and what Nike is saying here.
Yeah, and Zinkley, Kate, this is so significant because this is the first action that we've seen from the EEOC targeting a large company for allegations of discrimination against white workers. Again, what the EEOC is alleging here, it's just allegations for right now, is that Nike, quote, may have engaged in a pattern or practice of disparate treatment against white employees. Nike's response to the subpoena says this feels like a surprising and unusual escalation because Nike says that they were working with the EEOC to provide what they say were thousands of pages of information. They say that they had, ongoing efforts to provide information and, quote, engage constructively with the agency. So Nike seems to be floored by this decision by the EEOC to hit them with this subpoena enforcement action. I think that this is a really big deal when you consider that this is, again, the first large company that the EEOC has gone after, even though we know the administration has been broadly going after companies on DEI initiatives. But to say that they're discriminating against white workers in their hiring and their layoffs, that is very much notable. We'll have to see what reports.
Yeah, let's talk a little bit more, Brian, about what you just mentioned. More broadly, not just Nike, this administration has absolutely been going after corporations for DEI initiatives. What more do we know about that?
Yeah, well, again, over the course of the first year of this president's second term, we have seen his Federal Communications Commission go after companies like Disney, go after companies like AT&T, after Verizon. So this is far from the first company to be targeted, but I think what makes this so significant is it's the EEOC that's going after this. Because when you think about the FCC, that is an agency that has specific jurisdiction over communications companies, telecom companies, but the EEOC has the remit to police hiring decisions and HR practices at essentially every company here in the United States. So when you take a look at what's going on with Nike here, again, these are allegations that the EEOC are alleging. They're actually hitting them with a subpoena to get more documents, and then maybe that could be the precursor to then litigating the issue of whether or not they actually discriminated against white employees. But you imagine this might be the first of what could be many other companies being targeted here.
To that end, briefly, Brian, do we have a sense of which companies could be next?
We don't specifically know, but again, I think when you talk about the executive action from the Trump administration, basically the day after inauguration, saying he wanted his agencies to go after corporate America, that was very much relegated to each individual agency's remit, but the EEOC can go after basically any company, as I just pointed out.
All right, Brian Chung for us. Brian, thank you.
And let's stay on consumer news. According to one metric, layoffs in January hit their highest point since 2009.
NBC's Emily Lorsch joins us now with today's Money Minute. Emily, what else do we know about these job cuts?
Cadence and Clay, U.S. employers announced more than 108,000 layoffs in January. That's according to the firm Challenger, Gray & Christmas. The data suggests companies are growing less optimistic about 2026. Now, while these announced layoffs don't always translate to actual ones, filings with the Labor Department are showing significant cuts. And President Trump is expected to unveil Trump RX this evening, a platform for Americans to purchase prescription medications. The administration says it struck deals with 14 drug makers and will offer cash discounts. The White House says lower drug prices are coming, but experts warn the impact might be limited. And Spotify has just solved a lot of people's problems. Those who enjoy switching back and forth between reading a book and listening to an audiobook can now do so without losing their place. That's thanks to the app's new page match feature. All it takes is a quick scan of keywords to pick back up where a reader left off. Users can also now buy physical books on Spotify through a new partnership. Guys, I have to admit, I think this was created just for me because I'm constantly walking to the subway, listening to an audiobook, and then I sit back down, and it takes me so much time to find where my spot was.
Fascinating. I mean, I love an audiobook and I love a physical book. I've never tried the crossover.
Well, yeah, I mean, I've done it, but so now you just take a picture, is that it, Emily? And then it knows where you are, whether you're listening or reading.
Exactly. Either a picture or you scan, you either scan a photo or you scan and it listens to the audiobook, and so it connects the two and sets you up.
Love it. Emily, thanks.
Coming up, Super Bowl 60, just days away. With the big game comes big